Yo, what's poppin', everybody? Nux Kage here. And fanbase, I don't usually ask for much, aside from, liking and subscribing, which, hey, feel free to do, even though it's literally only been 5 seconds into the video. How shameless I am. But they've tried everything to stall T-Series and save PewDiePie to remain the #1 most subscribed channel on YouTube, or at least almost everything. We're unleashing the weebs, fam. Even though I already did an honest descriptions of the Hokage, no matter how badly you try to convince me I didn't do it, I still get dozens of requests on every single one of my videos and all of my tweets. Nux, please make honest descriptions of the Hokage, to the point that it's become a meme. I was thinking about the only way to kill it, and it would be to apply the ultimate meme slaughtering PewDiePie meme review formula. But then I realized the time was right to do this, fam. Here's another newly improved honest descriptions of every Hokage with a twist. Why every Hokage in Naruto is a worse leader than PewDiePie. So we have PewDiePie, the #1 forever reigning channel, linked in the description, because fanbase, I am doing my part. If we incorporate the weebs and the honest descriptions on the Hokage meme, there's no way PewDiePie will lose to the corporate trash that is T-Series. Which is why, depending on the feedback of this video, I will then be doing why every Akatsuki member is better than T-Series. This is the ultimate meme video to satiate the meme king. Fam, here's an honest description on every Hokage. My most requested video, why they're all individually worse leaders than PewDiePie. So that said, subscribe to PewDiePie, keep him the king, link in the description, and it's time to prove why you must do so for the sake of the universe. First Hokage, Hashirama Senju, a benevolent leader to the Leaf Village. PewDiePie is known to not be a racist. I mean, all the news articles on the planet put out papers speaking of his non-racismness. And well, that's very similar to Hashirama, because as we know, Hashirama was an arch nemesis of the Uchiha clan, and he was like, hey, let's work together. Just like PewDiePie did in his You Laugh, You Lose videos reacting to different countries, bringing the world closer together. While it may seem like he was making fun of these different countries, in reality, he was just getting them more popular. For example, how many people now know that Bangladesh isn't part of India? Well, I know that, and Hashirama is very similar. He became allies with the Uchiha clan, something that absolutely never ever had consequences ever, and because he understood politics to such an incredible extent, after basically taking over the world and amassing all the tailed beasts to his side, where he was the single world power and everyone kind of had to be nice to each other or else they'd piss him off, he was like, no, everyone can't be nice to each other, there's no views in it, just like PewDiePie does. So he gave out the tailed beasts to all the different nations so the wars could continue. Truly a benevolent king, just like PewDiePie. The difference is, PewDiePie did not give nuclear weapons to all the different countries he makes fun of. I mean, he draws attention to for their own good. The best part about Hashirama is Hashirama's cells, which is technically not part of Hashirama, but then again, hey, depending on how many views this video gets because of the PewDiePie cells I put in the title, in other words, PewDiePie's name, which somehow everyone's been putting in their titles lately, PewDiePie cells may even be better than Hashirama's. I guess we'll see, because when I make that Hashirama cells video, we'll have to do a little comparison, see how powerful the Pewds truly is. Scary to think there are more YouTube videos on YouTube with PewDiePie cells than Naruto characters with Hashirama cells. See, that's clearly Pewds 1, Hashirama 0. But in any case, to wrap things up on Hashirama, because I'm always still in Hashirama, again, please don't quote that, when he was finally able to unify the world in terror and make everyone peaceful to one another, he gave them all nuclear weapons. PewDiePie, he did not. All he did was shoot some on a bridge. Next, we got the second Hokage, because if I go in order, he's the next one. Pretty deep, huh? Now, the thing about the second Hokage, Tobirama, no one knows how to power scale this guy. It's been a meme in the whole Naruto community on YouTube that Tobirama would lose to literally anyone. I mean, we do know that he was beaten by Ginkaku, who lost to Inoshika-cho, who lost to Asuma, who lost to Hidan, and Hidan's the weakest Akatsuki member. Hidan's stronger than Tobirama confirmed, even though Hidan was beaten by Shikamaru, who had to forfeit against Tamari. Tamari's stronger than Tobirama confirmed. But you know who's very easily power scalable and who always wins? PewDiePie, the #1 biggest channel on YouTube and the channel that will remain the biggest on YouTube. Well, probably not only because of me, even though link to him is in the description and all y'all weebs should definitely go subscribe to him to truly maintain the balance in the universe. He is someone that could be power scaled. He can do this! And I've never seen Tobirama do that. No, he did not. PewDiePie also stronger than Tobirama confirmed. Another extraordinarily important, vital piece of information that most people seem to overlook about Tobirama is that he is a blatant, racist, bigot son of a gun. Now, granted, he's still my favorite of the Hokage after Kakashi and Hashirama's cells, but he still, even after joining up with the Uchiha clan, making that whole alliance which became the Lee Village, he set it up and sanctioned it in a way that they can never get anywhere. You're lucky this isn't the why every Hokage is a worse leader than Trump video, because while Trump doesn't like the illegal immigrants, Tobirama has been sanctioning the legal ones. And what did PewDiePie do? I don't remember him ever being racist towards any minority group on the face of the planet. Remember that whole Nazi craze? Fake news. But you know what's real news? Tobirama causing the Uchiha clan to hate the operations of Konoha to its core until they wanted to make a coup d'etat and eventually ended up having them all wiped out. Yes, it's all Tobirama's fault because the coup d'etat really only could have gone one of two ways. Either they would have wiped out all of the Leaf Village except for the Uchiha, or all the Uchiha would have been wiped out. Yes, quite the lovely ultimatum he caused there, isn't it? Even though it was probably all part of his master Uchiha massacring plan. God, Tobirama's awesome. Wiped out an entire race, and last I checked, PewDiePie had almost nothing to do with the Holocaust. He even had an epic collab with Jewish guys like H3H3 and Ben Shapiro, which would be equivalent to Tobirama collabing with Madara and Itachi. Yeah, don't make parallels here too much. We're not doing the why Ben Shapiro would destroy every Uchiha with facts and logic. That's not ever gonna be a thing, okay? If that starts in the comments, I'm gonna kill you. So with that comparison in mind, we can agree that PewDiePie is, by default, a much better leader than Tobirama ever was. Damn, I have to do a straight Tobirama analysis. It's getting out of hand. Tobirama can use the Flying Thunder God Jutsu, but can he do this? Since he hasn't done it, according to the power scaling Bible of YouTube, where if you haven't seen them do something, they probably can't do it. Technically, PewDiePie is stronger and a greater leader than Tobirama, confirmed. That was the easiest one. Moving on! The third Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi, who is even older than PewDiePie. Okay, not going anywhere with that. But now let's realize that it's kinda his fault that both Naruto and Sasuke had such sucky childhoods. Naruto had no family ever. So now instead of telling him that he's the son of the fourth Hokage, so people can actually start getting along with him instead of treating him like a monster, you know, kinda like how Konohamaru was babied his whole life, he decided, nah, why tell Naruto? And as far as Sasuke goes, he decided, hey, let's not tell him the truth either, which will eventually lead to him almost destroying the entire Lee Village. Yeah, that's a nice way to thank Itachi. So now, even when he was brought back to life way later, he still didn't have the balls to apologize to Naruto and Sasuke for that whole thing. But you know who's good at apologies? That's right, sick segue to my boy Pewds, who makes the best apology videos on YouTube. He's done it countless times, so he has extremely high levels of practice in this regard. He can apologize to anything. Did he pledge death to an entire race of humanity? Well, he'll apologize for it. Did he call someone a rather unsightly, rather rude name while playing PUBG?
I'm just an idiot.
He did. Well, he apologized for it, and he was even better than his previous apology. That's why PewDiePie is so great. He's so good at apologizing for his mistakes, it's almost like his mistakes never happened to begin with, unlike Hiruzen, who totally screwed up two normal kids' childhoods and caused the Foundation to exist, which he also didn't apologize for, even though the Foundation is kind of the worst evil in the show. Madara, he wanted to create a perfect world. Granted, it was a world without free choice, but it was a happy world nonetheless. There was a philosophy to his actions. The Akatsuki banning under Pain. Pain wanted to create the ultimate weapon to cause peace, because since he's an absolute fear, like Hashirama would have been if he would have kept the damn beasts, everyone would have gotten along. In other words, there was a philosophy behind Pain's actions. You know, who didn't have any redeeming philosophy, but was just a greedy, prideful old fart? Danzo! The guy that got an entire freaking powerful organization that caused the massacre of the Uchiha clan because of Hiruzen. Did Hiruzen apologize? No! Would PewDiePie have apologized? Yes! And it would have been like none of that ever happened since he's just that good at apologies. Wow, point proven with spades. But no! Nux, Hiruzen is more powerful than PewDiePie. Oh yeah? Like what? Hiruzen's legendary roof tile shuriken, using roof tiles as shuriken. You know, shuriken, those really useful things that win every single fight they're a part of. Or his shadow shuriken jutsu, where he throws one shuriken and it becomes like 5 shuriken. That's cost-effective shuriken right there. Wow. Saving the economy, the entire Elite Village. But again, he cannot do this, which is already a more powerful attack than any permutation of shuriken you could think of. Thank you. Moving on. And well, since I already briefly touched upon Danzo, I figured, hey, might as well cover him here. We don't need to wait, because he was technically the interim 6th Hokage, and I think that no one needs me to explain why PewDiePie is a greater leader than Danzo. Yeah, Danzo could have avoided all the bloodshed if he would have had Shisui use Kodo Amatsukami on Fugaku. Or if after he rudely killed Shisui, which was rather impolite, like, honestly, not the nicest thing to do, kill him and steal his eyeballs. I mean, PewDiePie's never done that, at least not on camera. And he didn't use Kodo Amatsukami and Fugaku either, because he wanted them all to die so he could steal all of their eyeballs so he can implant them all in his arm. Now, PewDiePie, granted, has tattoos, but I do not think it's to cover Jacksepticeye's eyeballs stuck in his elbow. Danzo is the most immoral git in the entire series, legit making Pain and Madara seem like the nicest, swellest blokes ever. The guy could have been picking off the Uchihas with his Kodo Amatsukami, but instead he decided to use it up to make himself the leader of the Ninja Alliance. Wow, he definitely knows how to milk the situation, doesn't he? You know who knows how to milk the situation better? PewDiePie, the guy who created the entire T-Series drama to get millions of views and subscribers, breaking records with his successes. That is how you spin something that you don't like into something that you really like. Way to go, Pewds. What a leader. He knows how to emotionally manipulate the people that look up to him, and Danzo sucks at that, because he kills them, which is worse than emotional manipulation. Therefore, PewDiePie is a better leader than Danzo. Please subscribe to him. Moving on. Next next Hokage, Minato, Naruto's dad. And if there's anything Minato's done to affect this series, it's name his son Naruto, which for those of you who don't know because you haven't seen the show, means a type of ramen. Now, PewDiePie has a superior taste in cuisine. As we know, he's done several cooking videos on his channel. Man, we sure miss those. Bring back old PewDiePie, right? But in all honesty, he has far greater and superior tastes in food. His tastes are very nice. Because while Minato had a little bitch Naruto, PewDiePie has bitch lasagna! He's a blue-eyes white dragon and they're just dark magician!
I'm a blue-eyes white dragon while you're just dark magician.
And no, Pokimane, or however you pronounce your name, that is not racist!
I'm a blue-eyes white dragon while you're a dark magician. He's white, has blue eyes, and he's talking about an Indian channel. Can't tell if racist.
No, it's because Blue Eyes has more attack points. Only a true masterful anime YouTuber with insanely high IQ from just finishing Rick and Morty is able to figure out that that was the true intention of the joke. And another reason why PewDiePie is amazing is because he didn't make another video saying secret messages of bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna explained. He's not full rice gum yet, where he has to explain all of his music videos written by other people, because this kind of seems like it was written by PewDiePie. Bitch lasagna has nothing to do with anything, and that's why it has to do with everything. And speaking of racism, making fun of T-Series, I will have you know that when I put that meme on Twitter of PewDiePie as the 4th Hokage versus T-Series, where the T obviously stands for Lord Twigo, the true mastermind and corrupt genius of the universe, which is why he's taking over YouTube, I made a photoshopped image of him as like full 6 paths mode, and I put the Sharingan on his forehead. And when I showed it to Noble, he said, "Wow, man, that's racist. You're saying Lord Twigo is like the Indians and you put a dot on his forehead." Totally not the intention. I guess I'm just such a master memer, it comes out by accident. Yeah, that's what I'm telling myself. But if any of you remember the happenstances in Naruto before Minato was revived in the war arc, he was kind of a bit of a failure. Now, I don't want to insult Minato too much. I know his fanboys are quite formidable opponents, and they therefore do not want to step on their turf. However, when he fought Toby, or, well, you know, also known as 15-year-old Obito, you know? The guy Kakashi tangled with in the war arc and was a pretty damn close fight, you know? That's the same Kakashi that got wrecked by almost every other character in the entire series. I mean, Itachi one-shotted him. Himself using Kamui one-shotted himself. He got taken down by like the weakest path of pain that Naruto one-shotted in like 3 seconds. Oh, and he fought an even stronger version of Obito and managed to make it a half-decent fight, even though Minato didn't do much better. And he, granted, did manage to defeat him, but not kill him because, well, he decided to use a melee jutsu that wouldn't finish him off, whereas a kunai would have done the job much better. He decided to not go the kunai route and obliterate him with the Rasengan that would still keep him alive and kicking to destroy the universe at a later date. He then proceeded to seal the nine-tailed fox away, half in himself, that selfless bastard, and half in his boy. And wow, how ridiculously selfless that was. Now, I don't want to say how it doesn't really make sense and how Kishimoto only thought of that later because, well, obviously, he intended for Naruto to have the full-tailed beast power, as I may explain in a future date, especially by the fact that, oh, look, Sora from that Naruto filler arc had, like, secretly half of the nine-tailed fox chakra. Or how, oh, look, secretly Ginkaku and Shminkaku have secretly half of the nine-tailed fox powers secretly. And then Minato comes out with secretly half of the nine-tailed fox power because it's all secret and stuff. Yes, the nine-tailed fox has many halves to its power, as we can tell, and that all makes a lot of sense. And it's all thanks to Minato, of course. Now, Minato did have Sage Mode at the time, but decided not to use it because, well, he wouldn't need Sage Mode. Yeah, and then he died. That was a relatively bad decision. But what boggles my mind further is that people say Minato's like the strongest Hokage. He's like almost Hashirama level. Meanwhile, Hashirama wrecked the nine-tailed fox and Susanoo at the same time. In fact, people beating tailed beasts is not big news at this point. I understand Kurama's the strongest of the tailed beasts, but any Akatsuki member could basically take down any Biju. That was kind of their job. The third Raikage wrestled with the Eight Tails like twice a week. Amaterasu took down the Eight Tails, even more powerful than in its base form. And, slight spoilers, but Amaterasu never works on any other character in the entire series. And you're probably wondering, why am I mentioning this all here? And that's because Minato had bad judgment when it came to solving drastic problems. You know who has great judgment when it comes to solving drastic problems? That's right, subscribe to PewDiePie. He may have lost by now, but PewDiePie. This guy is an absolute mad lad mastermind. Let's talk about what his whole channel is. Reviewing memes. Oh no! Well, he does a video every single day. Now let's talk about the basic gist behind all of his videos. Pew News, where he reports on memes. Meme Review, where he talks about memes. And Luai, where he reviews memes in his subreddit. That's half of his videos that are the same thing with different titles and they get full clicks. Bam! This is mastering the art of capitalizing on a medium. God damn, it's even better than the cost-effective Shadow Shuriken Jutsu. And don't think the rest of his weekly videos have nothing to do with memes either. They're either reacting to this subreddit, or making fun of Dr. Phil, or, well, apology videos. Point being, the guy knows what he's doing, and if he'd be fighting the nine-tailed fox, trust you me, he'd do everything he can to stop it, and he would try his hardest. Would he win? Well, it may or may not have the same results of him fighting T-Series, slightly less drawn out, and without Mr. Beast's help, he would have been destroyed by now. But he would have at least tried his best to capitalize upon the situation. For example, as Minato was dying, he just died. Nothing came of it. PewDiePie would have filmed that shit, and goddamn, he would have passed T-Series. Next, we got the fifth Hokage, the woman of the Hokage, Tsunade herself. And if there's ever been a useful Kage, well, you're looking at her. With the power of cleavage on her side. Okay, that's pretty much it. She's a female shonen character, and therefore she's pretty much useless. Granted, she has a pretty cool jutsu that keeps her alive forever, something that PewDiePie can use right now. Although, to be fair, even though he's raking in way less views than T-Series, he's still doing marginally better, percentage-wise. That's because he's constantly regenerating, trying to surpass Series. There are hackers hacking government mainframes, telling them to subscribe to PewDiePie. The world has unified, and it's the power of friendship that is making PewDiePie stronger. Granted, I will have to save this little point for my Naruto on his description, but he can regenerate without magic powers. He can regenerate with friends alone. And Tsunade's a whammon, which basically puts her right one step on the pedestal below PewDiePie, a true respecter of whammon, and a level 420 white knight at least. which basically makes him better than women. See, that's the thing here with gender equality. There's men, there's women, and then there's men who respect women as a higher form of creation. That's PewDiePie, easily, by default, defeating Tsunade, especially because Tsunade is a shonen woman, which is below men. So technically, I believe it's shonen women, men, regular women, and respecters of women. I don't know where I'm going with this. Also, Tsunade's terrified of blood for half of her life. Not very useful as a ninja, and not very useful as a medical ninja, and not very useful as a woman. Periods must have been a absolute nightmare. But PewDiePie, on the other hand, no. He's not scared of anything, but he'll make believe he's scared of things to make his reactions to horror games so much better. See, that's the beauty of PewDiePie. Tsunade, she's a woman, she's scared of blood, and therefore she's completely incapacitated. Incapacitated in fights, incapacitated as a doctor, and incapacitated like 4 days a month. PewDiePie, on the other hand, he gets more powerful when he's afraid, or when he's making believe he's afraid. Truly a higher form of being, and I believe nothing more needs to be said in this regard. Not gonna lie, ever since the demonetization waves of the adpocalypse, Tsunade's had the edge on clickbait, that's for sure. Also, she's one of the most powerful ninja leaders in the world, and she's the worst gambler in the world, and she always gambles. So, always gamble for your men to lose, and they'll always win. That's my take on the situation. She didn't think about it, even though it's a win-win. If she would lose her bets, it means her men would win. If she would win her bets, her men would lose, but she'd make hella dough. Win-win situation. PewDiePie would have thought of it. That's why he's made like 17 TikTok videos, even though not much new is added in each of them. But moving on, it's Kakashi time. The character that we all love, and can I just say that my Kakashi analysis video is my 5th video ever to hit 1 million views, and I'm super proud because that's actually a video I'm really happy with. But enough of that. Link will be in the description. Feel free to check it out after you subscribe to PewDiePie, of course. Kakashi is such a beast, he managed to lose to every character in the entire series. He's managed to survive the war arc via the power of plot hole alone. He lost to Zabuza the first time he met. He pissed his pants when he saw Orochimaru. He got one-shotted by Itachi. He was in the hospital after using Kamui once against Deidara. He would have lost to Kakuzu if he wouldn't have had his ass saved by Naruto. He got killed by Pain. He beat Obito because Obito let him win to break some sort of curse seal thing, which is technically a pity victory, and that's the last one-on-one fight he was in the show. Ending on a high note there, Kakashi-sensei. Now, PewDiePie, on the other hand, he's won a thing or two. Granted, he may be losing to T-Series. I mean, guys, subscribe to PewDiePie so we can beat T-Series, even though by now he may have actually lost. It's very disheartening, but hey, that's the name of the game. PewDiePie wins sometimes. Kakashi wins never. It was through plot holes, one after the other, that Kakashi managed to make it through the war arc. Infinite freaking Kamuis after one time. He used it once and it knocked him out for a month. Spamming lightning jutsus, even though in the past he used lightning dog and lightning clone, and he was like half out of chakra when he was fighting Pain. Oh yeah, only 4 Aikiris a day. But PewDiePie has been surviving through 100% skill. Well, skill in Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is technically the plot hole of the story, but it's plot hole that makes sense, as opposed to Kakashi's plot holes which didn't make sense. Plot holes which make sense, greater than plot holes which didn't make sense. PewDiePie is greater leader than Kakashi, confirmed, and would probably beat him in a fight too, knowing his track record. Not only that, but PewDiePie realizes the value of a face reveal. Face revealed YouTubers generally do better. Feels bad, man. Shut up, I'm not doing a face reveal yet. I know it, but I don't want to. Get a life, guys. I guess Kakashi and I have a lot to learn. One thing I do have over Kakashi, though, is that this time I'm actually making my honest description on the Hokage video for the 2nd time because my fans depend on me. Now, Kakashi has fans of his own, and they were his students. Students that depended on him. You know, like Sakura, who he completely discarded, never taught her anything. Like Naruto, who needed to get into the finals of the Chunin exams, but still, Kakashi decided to train alone with Sasuke that whole time, and gave Naruto to Ebisu-sensei. Ebisu-sensei! The guy that Naruto beat in episode 2! Then, Sasuke runs off. Yeah, Kakashi did a great time mentoring him, granted. Now Sasuke's evil and wants to destroy the world. Naruto runs off, and Sakura runs off. Yeah, Sakura felt like her useless ass couldn't develop training from Kakashi. So everyone found new mentors. Kakashi did a bang-up great job with that. Really kept his promises, making them great ninja. But you know who else sarcastically kept his promises? That's right, Pewds. He's made hundreds of promises over the years, kept very few of them, which is technically more than Kakashi's kept. Like, oh, Obito, I promise I'll protect Rin. Yeah, that worked out well, didn't it? PewDiePie promised he'd delete his channel. He deleted his other channel, so technically he was telling the truth. truth, even though it was not the full truth. Half truth in my books is greater than no truth, which is what Kakashi was doing. PewDiePie, greater leader than Kakashi, confirmed, and would probably beat him in a fight too because, well, we know Kakashi's track record. And as far as treating his underlings equally, Kakashi did not do that. And in the beginning, neither did PewDiePie. He made fun of Jacksepticeye way more than he made fun of Markiplier, but as time went on and progressed forward, PewDiePie has managed to make fun of them equally. He's learning from his mistakes. Kakashi never redeemed himself. That favoritism bastard. Moving on. The final Hokage so far, Naruto, the main character. Not as main of a character as PewDiePie, granted, but a main character nonetheless. And well, as you know, I do reserve a right to myself to skip one character in every honest description, and well, I will not fully be doing that for Naruto because I believe it's unfair to clickbait you guys who all wanted to hear me talk about Naruto since he's the main character. And since he's the main character, he's everyone's favorite character, right? Goddamn, I hate popularity polls. Well, Naruto's greatest asset? No, it's not the nine-tailed fox that caused him to win his fights instead of natural talent or excessive training. It was all the nine-tailed fox that his dad put there. PewDiePie did everything himself.
Hey, yo, what's fucking good?
He's a self-made man.
1 million dislikes or I'll drown myself.
PewDiePie's the Rock Lee. That never happened. But Naruto, despite the massive ball of chakra being the nine-tailed fox within him, and despite all of the natural talents that he may or may not have possessed, mostly not, he won most of his fights via the power of friendship and talk no jutsu. PewDiePie talks for a living and does not have this power. Naruto, with the power of friendship, managed to turn the tides on people like Pain, who after destroying the Leaf Village and killing countless Leaf Ninja, brought them all back to freaking life because Naruto swayed him so much. Naruto talked no jutsu to Obito as well. He would have done the same for Madara, except Madara had the most humiliating epic villain death of all time, and he would have done the same to Kaguya, but she was a shonen woman, and he figured not worth the effort. PewDiePie, without talk no jutsu, without the power of friendship as some mystical ability granted to him by the shonen gods, PewDiePie's managed to hit 72.8 million subscribers at the time of me recording this video.
We get 1 million dislikes.
More than T-Series corporate trash. PewDiePie is an honest guy. He talks to his fans openly, and even though I don't know him in person, he seems like a really nice dude. YouTubers do develop a sense when their contemporary YouTuber is bullshizzing a little bit.
We strike at dawn.
And PewDiePie's a natural guy, and a lot of people see that, and that's why the whole community is really coming together, partially for the meme, but partially for the power of friendship. And they're trying to prop PewDiePie up with all of their might to remain the #1 most subscribed channel of all time. I know I am but a spit in the bucket in comparison to people like Mr. Beast and Davey who've tried their hand at keeping PewDiePie at the top.
We strike at dawn.
But I wanted to do my part. I wanted to mix my most requested video, even though I freaking did it already, you ungrateful bastards, but I wanted to mix it with a heartfelt thank you to PewDiePie for your content.
We strike at dawn.
Thank you for your presence on YouTube, and please don't go away.
We strike at dawn.
Whammon and gentle whammon, please subscribe to PewDiePie. For the sake of the universe, feel free to subscribe to me if you enjoyed this video. And I know I took the save PewDiePie route, but I will take the destroy T-Series route, comparing it to every member of the Akatsuki if I have to. And share it with your friends. I will actually be posting this on the PewDiePie subreddit, and I will link the subreddit in the description if you want to give it an upvote. That would be dope. I know it's a weird request, but hey, I'm a rather weird guy. I do not want to do a lengthy outro on this one, even though I greatly appreciate everyone. Link to my Twitter is in the description, as well as the link to my merch and my Patreon, and the link to PewDiePie. Feel free to subscribe to him. Send him the love of the fan base. I really appreciate all you guys. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I look forward to on happier terms. See you all next time with a video that has nothing to do with the Hokage. Okay, actually, believe it or not, it might have to do with the Hokage. I'm sorry, but remember to stay weird, fam.
We strike at dawn.